Alright, we are out here and I've got this extra netting. I'm doing the flight cage. I'm going to do a mini flight cage right over the top of this chukar cage. I'm going to use a piece of rope going up into the tree. I'm going to have to trim some of that back. And I'm just going to do kind of like a, almost like a circus tent effect. I'm just going to pull it up in the middle. I'm going to attach it at the bottom here and give this chukar some extra space. Okay, so now I have this basically a tent of netting that's completely attached all the way around and then up the seam for toggling. So at this point what I can do, I can take the middle of this and hook a rope to it and go up into the tree, and then as it goes up you'll get this basically a pyramid shape of netting. I'm going to go pretty high up to give her quite a bit of room up here. Okay, now that we've got this netting on here and it's complete, and in the very top I did this little knot just to give it an extra thing to hold on to, the rope. And I'm going to have Dale trim some of these limbs up here. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so this is the hole that I just cut inside here, inside the netting through the roof of the cage. This is kind of a test, this whole thing. So the netting is not nearly as wide as I had in my head that it was going to be. So the idea of this was to give kind of a mini flight cage on this chukar cage. Chukars have to be up off of the ground. They're real susceptible to disease and things like that, so we're having to have this cage sit up at least 2 feet off the ground. And then, so I don't want to build a flight cage on the ground. I want to build it from this raised elevation up, but I'm not happy with how wide this is. It's not enough space. So we'll probably revisit this, but for now I'm going to leave this for a few days and see if the chukar uses it at all for any extra space. So I went ahead and widened out this hole to make this hole a little bit bigger for her to get through. However, after sitting here for about 30-40 minutes, She's walked over and looked at the entrance, but she hasn't attempted to go through it. This is probably going to be chalked up as a failure. Yeah, I'm not really sure that I would call this a success at all. She needs more space, I'll say that. I'm a big advocate for that. After all, they're living their life with you, and you're who's providing for them, so it's a good idea to give them a good, happy life with lots of space. I'm going to go ahead and probably say this is not going to work. She may jump up in there, but it's certainly not enough room to move around. As the netting goes up, it gets narrower, and it's just not a great design. So it was worth a try. I'm probably going to take this back down and maybe just start over and build her a new cage.